G'day and welcome to Inside Rugby. If you haven't been here before, my name is Mark. I'm a Kiwi rugby fan living here in beautiful Cancun in Mexico. Well, we've got the Six Nations starting this Friday night from Marseille in France. I'm super excited to have international rugby back on our screens again, and it's going to be a fantastic weekend of rugby across the Six Nations campaign, that's for sure. In this video, I'm going to be focusing on the France versus Ireland game that's being played in Marseille on Friday night, and I'm going to give you both of the teams and also my prediction on how I think this game is going to go. So let's get into it right now in this video. And what a game it suspects to be. Now, both of those teams got beaten, of course, in the quarterfinals of the Rugby World Cup last year. And as a result of that, and the end of the Rugby World Cup, we saw a couple of players retiring from these teams, but also some changes coming in as well. Ireland, most notably, without Johnny Sexton, and Mac Hansen is injured at the moment as well. So 4 changes in the Irish team that's going to take on France on Friday night from that team that played in the quarterfinals in France for the Rugby World Cup. On the French side, they've made 5 changes to the team that were beaten by the Springboks in their quarterfinal, and also makes it very, very interesting. So let's have a look at the 2 teams, and we'll start off with France, the hosts of this game, and starting off in their backline. Having a look at the French backline, we've got Thomas Ramos at fullback, and if you watched any of my videos before talking about the French team, you'll know that I'm a big fan of Ramos, and he's going to be able to keep the points ticking over for the French in this game. So if Ireland give away too many penalties anywhere in their own half, then you can be sure that Ramos is going to come up and have a kick for goal opportunity, that's for sure. Now on the wings, one surprise here for me, we've got Damien Penaud on one wing, but we've got Mofana starting on the other wing, and that means Biel Biarri has gone to the bench for the start of this game. I'm not sure whether that's a tactical move by Fabien Galtier, or whether or not Biarri is not actually 100% fit at the moment. We'll have to wait and see. And then in the centres, we've got Guy Ficou and Jonathan Danty coming in there for France, and these 2 guys have been tried and tested and proven in the inside centre and outside centre position. Mathieu Jalibert will start at number 10, and of course without Intermac in the team so far this year, Jalibert gets his opportunity to continue on from the Rugby World Cup, and I thought he played really, really well for France in the games that he played. And then of course Antoine Dupont is not playing in this year's Six Nations. He's chosen to go for the French 7 team to go to the Olympic Games, and in his replacement for this game anyway, we're seeing Luku come in and play at the halfback position. So there we go, that's the back line for France for this game. I think it's a pretty good one, and lots of try scoring potential there, but also point scoring potential with Thomas Ramos at fullback. So let me know what you think of this French backline. Do you think it's going to be spontaneous enough, fast enough and skillful enough to score a lot of points against? So let's go to the French forwards now and have a look at their front row. They've got Bail, Malvaca and Antonio in the front row. Some big boys there, and they're obviously trying to take it to the Irish front row up front, and it's going to be really, really interesting to see how that power goes against the Irish front row. Now for the locks in this game, we've got Gabra Ligis and we've got Willemse for France, so an interesting combination there. And moving on to the back 3 for France in their forwards, we've got Krul, Olivon and Aldrit, and Aldrit of course is the new captain of the French team for the start of this Six Nations series. So a very good French pack, I think, and some interesting choices there. They've gone with very big boys and very heavy boys, and I think Fabien Galtier's plan here is to really try and muscle the Irish pack around, so it's going to be interesting to see. Now let's have a look at the reserves for France in this game, and they've got Marchand, Wardy, Elgergeri, Tayafanua, Woki, Borrent, Lagares and Biel Biarri. So a very strong 6-2 split there for France, in the reserves. And again, I think Fabien Galtier is trying to take it to Ireland with their forward combination here for France. So let's have a look at the Irish team now and see how they stack up against this French team, and then I'll give you my prediction on what I think is going to happen in this game. Okay, so let's start off with the Irish and have a look at their back line. And first of all, at fullback we've got Hugo Keenan, and then on the wings we've got James Lowe and Nash as well. So Matt Hansen, of course, is injured and Nash is coming in that position. And then in the centres for Ireland we've got Henshaw and Archie. So this is interesting. No Gary Ringrose at this stage, and Henshaw gets the go-ahead at outside centre. And let's hope that Bundy Archie brings that form he displayed at the Rugby World Cup. Absolutely outstanding. No Johnny Sexton, of course, for Ireland, so we have Jack Crowley coming in at number 10 and Gibson Park at number 9. So a pretty steady Irish backline there, I feel. And a lot of opportunities too, I think, from this Irish team to be able to score plenty of points against this French outfit. Okay, moving on to the Irish forwards and having a look at their front row to take on that massive front row of France. And for the Irish we have Porter, Sheehan and Furlong, and I guess those are the three that we would have expected to see in this Ireland front row. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they go. Sheehan, I think, is an outstanding hooker. He's one of the best in world rugby, and he's going to grow into a superstar in world rugby, that's for sure. So it's great to see him back, and let's see what he can do this year for Ireland, not only in the Six Nations but also when they go to South Africa. Then having a look at the locks for Ireland in this game, and they're going with McCarthy and Byrne. Great combination there, and I think they'll get a lot of ball winning opportunities for Ireland, but also in the breakdowns phases of the game expect both Byrne and McCarthy to be very, very good around the field of play. Having a look at the back three for Ireland, as we would expect, Peter O'Mahony, of course, is the captain, Josh van der Fleer and Caelan Doris at number 8. So the steady three at the back for Ireland. Expect them to bring explosive power at the breakdown opportunity, and that's an area that I'm sure Andy Farrell will have these guys focused on to try and win that quick turnover ball for Ireland against this big, heavy French pack. And I think this is going to be a key to this game, is how quickly Ireland can get in there and disrupt that ball for France and try and win as much of it as they possibly can. So then let's have a look at the reserves for Ireland in this game, and we've got Callagher, Healy, Bealham, Ryan, Baird, Conan and Murray and Frawley in the back. So a very good reserve bench as well, and it's going to be interesting to see how this 6-2 split from Andy Farrell works against the Frenches as well. So what do I think is going to happen in this game? Well, there's a couple of things that can and could happen, and I just want to talk briefly about those. The first thing is, what French team's going to turn up? Usually in their campaigns they get a little bit rusty early. They haven't got Dupont there, who I think is such an amazing general leader of this team, and I think they're going to really miss him in the opening stages of this particular game to settle the French down. Now, I don't think the French need to win a lot of ball in this game to win the match, and I think if they get somewhere around 30 or 40% of good clean ball, that's going to be enough of them to take it to Ireland in this particular game. They've got a lot of firepower out wide for the French to try and score tries. We've seen how strong the likes of Dante is and Fiku, and we know how fast they've got in terms of pace on the wings, and also Thomas Ramos coming in from fullback. Their kicking options are very good. Luku is good from the base of the scrum and from breakdowns, and Jalabert is a little bit of a magician, so he can turn on things no matter what's happening across the field of play. So whether he's distributing the ball or whether he's running at the line, I think Jalabert can be very dangerous in this game for France. Looking at the French forwards, I think the only way that they can dominate is through power and trying to dominate through strength of this Irish pack. Whether they can maintain that for 80 minutes, and that's why I think we've gone with this. We've seen Galtier go with this split of 6-2 for the reserves, because he wants to keep the pressure on Ireland in the forwards and sees that as a possible way of beating them. I think if Ireland get off to a good start and Jack Crowley is settled at number 10, I think they have a lot of good chances of getting into this game. They're going to have to strike early. They're going to have to take the crowd out of it, and they're going to have to stop France from getting any form of domination in that first 20 minutes. I think that's going to be really critical in this game. If Ireland have a good start, get some points on the board, I want to see Aki working strong in the first 10 minutes or so, and seeing whether Ireland can get some line breaks through this French defence. I think that's going to be a really important part of this game. I think Ireland can win more ball than France in this game. I think they've got a really good set of forwards to particularly participate and win the breakdown situation in this game. So it's going to be up to those back three of Van der Fleer, O'Mani, and also Caelan Doris to get on top of France at the back three. And if they are able to do that, they're going to be able to give their backs an opportunity. I think it's going to be a close one. I think a lot of people are talking about this being a very close encounter. I think it will be. I think it'll be a thrilling match as well. I think there'll be quite a few points scored, and I think it could go either way. But I'm going to come down to the side of looking for France to win this one very closely, though, only if France get off to a good start. I think if France are left to try to come back from behind too late in the game, I don't think they're going to be able to do that, and I think Ireland are going to be able to keep them out. But I think if France get off to a good start, they get a couple of tries on the board, it's going to rock Ireland a little bit, and it's going to test their resolve. So we'll have to see what happens. But there you go. I think France is going to take this game by about 3 to 5 points at the most. But I wouldn't be surprised if Ireland get up and win it either. So there we go. Let me know what you think in the comments of this first game of the 2024 Six Nations, starting off at Marseille on Friday night. It's going to be fantastic, that's for sure. And it's great to have international rugby back with us. I'm going to be here all weekend covering all of the games that are taking place this weekend. So if you want to follow along with me here on Inside Rugby, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen in this particular game, and whether or not you think my predictions are going to come true or not. Okay, I'll see you all again soon in the next video. Until then, stay safe, stay well, keep enjoying your rugby, and it's time to say adios from Mexico. Until next time, bye for now.